Okay. This is the rolling session. What time is it? 9:15, June 30th, 2025. And of course, it's a wellness check thrown in there as I look to see at myself, see how much weight I look, how much more work I gotta do. Yeah, I like my weight loss. Like for real, somebody tried to tell me I look thicker now than I did at the hotel. I guess I was beefed up with this little, this stuff right up in here. This is my favorite part, really. Like all of that, like, I can see my ribs again. But they got stuff over top of them. Like real talk. You know what I'm saying? Damage still got like some good definition. I like this. But like I said, this is a roller session. It's this little bonus to get a wellness check. I already checked the wellness of my body, the wellness of my parents. And every time I freshen up, I notice I gotta work on my tan lines. I really gotta work on these tan lines. Matter of fact, first squat down. Let me get the little thing right. There we go. Let me do this real fast. I ain't playing no games. Did I pick up the last clutch? I left that on the ground. It's okay. Got another one somewhere. There we go. Okay. Good. I got another one. This one roll out too. That's the part I need. There we go. Get the old punk out the way. It's not gonna burn. And actually just protects the plastic from getting burned. I should work with better camera angles. I don't want to see that good, but okay. There was a concocted area. Really good. You know I gotta pack it up as I go. So throw out the old pack so I don't confuse me later. I'm gonna go in this smoking kit. I don't need decoys. See me always gonna do that prank. Put a decoy out there, see who fall for it. See how they fall for it, really. I already know who's going to fall for it. I just want to see how they fall for it. Sometimes I get surprises. Most time, Leo is psychic. No, I'm not Cleo, I'm Leo. I'm always right. Even when I'm wrong, I'm still right. Because I'm not Cleo. I'm Leo. I foresee your future. Or watching how you acting right now. Tell you right now where it's going. You don't change your course, you're gonna do some shit you don't like. I can't wait to get outside and plug up the phone. Kind of want to plug up a whole lot of stuff, but I'm gonna really wait till it gets quiet outside, quiet enough to where I know I ain't gotta worry about nobody saying nothing to the nigga about shit. Then I'm gonna go ahead and play my shit for a little bit before I head to bed. I'm not gonna put another all-nighter. Just throwing off my cycle. I ain't gonna better build a schedule with my shit being too unpredictable. I need to get the routine where it's most beneficial. That's why I blew off a bunch of distractions today. Because most of the people that was on the phone were distractions. Until my buddy got on the line. Poor baby. Chose to hang out with the boring people instead of hollering at me like you know me. But I ain't gonna pick on her. She looked like she was really distressed. And how major a letdown that was. Instead of hollering at something that's gonna be shell fire. Yeah, that's everything. You know about to go outside smoke. Okay. Shut that down. Uh-oh. Turned that way. One time too many the wrong way. Ooh. Now, I can work with that. I can work with that. Okay. Since we did a pause button instead of a whole stop. Shit happens. Then you move on. Kinda really want to get that darn microphone out. But I'll have to charge it. I'm assuming for 5 to 10 hours. And then make sure whenever I plug it in, keep a close eye on how much I use it. So I figure out exactly how much time I can use it. But this shit still got left. Looks like it. I'll go over there in a little bit and double check. But man, I had a nice day today. I had a nice day. I mean, I got everything I wanted, but I'm glad I still got good enough sense to know when somebody's trying to talk to me like I'm stupid, you would let me do everything I wanted, but when I was asking, can I do it? You had trouble setting the time. And then, once you set the time, you had to give stipulations that basically tell me, no, nigga, you can't. You don't want the smell of weed in your house. Nigga, I want a hot bath. I don't want a lukewarm, I don't want a cold. Like, I want to know how much time can I actually shower? Basically, you said 5-10 minutes. Even in 5-10 minutes, me putting hot water and soap on my body is going to bring out the weed smoke that I naturally have. The way I smoke, I still smell like a weed plant when you put me in steam. So, I can't take a hot shower at your house because you don't want the smell of weed in your house. Like, real talk. Can't then turn around and say, I'll let you do it how you want. When you set a boundary, you have to hold that boundary. Your boundaries is, I can't wash my ass at your house. So, point blank.
If I'm gonna respect your boundaries and you want to try and say, no, they don't really mean that. Sorry. I already said I'm gonna respect that boundary. You can change it all you want. I'm gonna see that, yo, I need more distance between me and you and more time off from me. You know, if your boundaries don't mean nothing and they're so flimsy, I need people of integrity in my life. And I just, you know, ain't gotta be in yours. There's no problem there. You're on a different path, course, journey than I am. It's nice to interact with you, but I understand you going that way, I'm going that way. You said no hard feelings. I'm glad of that because I wasn't trying to have any hard feelings. If I can't feel hard the way I want to be, then shit. I made a request. I didn't want to start negotiating. It's either yes, you can get your request, or no. It's all good. It's all to the good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And what was this on my screen? Oh, battery power at 5%. So, this thing may die on me if I continue. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this one over with, cause shit, I'm about to go on my life after I finish this recording. I'll look back at it, take the teachable moments from it, and move forward. But I dodged 2 bullets today. One of them was familiar. Based on the same shit that says don't fuck with them. The lack of integrity. You set a boundary and then, for instant gratification, you throw your integrity out. I'm not gonna throw my integrity out for instant gratification. You know. For a shower, I'll negotiate to a reasonable extent. I'm gonna be real about it. The instant gratification you get from a good hot 30-minute shower. Well, pride gotta go before fall. Can't be too proud you can't wash your ass proper. Or at least what I consider proper. It's 30 minutes of hot water. If the hot water heater lasts that long, I'm spoiled. I know exactly which hotel or hotels, and if not, I could do a research project on which hotels have 45-minute hot water heaters. And then I just pay that price before I have to run around a bush to figure out when there's availability. Fuck it. I can get on a website and do a whole lot less running around a bush and let Google search all the different possible options I got at my disposal within a reasonable distance. This is where modern convenience and stuff make it hard for people to form bonds with each other because so many reasons. The hard part is trying to figure out where to start breaking them down because there's so many reasons. I would get into it, but there's too many reasons. Real talk, I don't want to cover the ones I've been exposed to and have to deal with, and then, have people feeling some type of way because I left out the other ways that I've been able to avoid, or fortunate I haven't experienced. That's why I say it's none of my business. You couldn't give me a simple, straight out answer. Okay. I take that as a no. Shit. I'm a wealthy man because I have great customer service. Whether I'm selling a product or delivering a service or rendering a service, the way I deal with my customers, that's why I get repeat business. Sometimes they feel like they can't afford repeat business. I don't mind negotiating into within the price range or a budget or payment plan they can't afford. But everybody isn't blessed in the art of negotiation as I am. Okay, I had some great mentors. I was trained by a real live drug lord, where you know how to negotiate or a family has a funeral. When you learn how to negotiate through situations that have such high stakes, stuff with lower stakes is easier to work through. When people start to make shit more complicated than life or death decisions, fuck it, I ain't fucking with it. I won't try to make life or death decisions in the dope game. That's why I left. I shouldn't have all this pressure and tension and stress over non-life or death situations when I'm just trying to get along with somebody. Like, real talk. I left all that bullshit 20 years ago. What I learned from the drug lord and the dope game that I could use to be productive and beneficial in my life today, I carry on. But all the other stuff that I left with the penitentiary chances and the backstabbing and betrayals, I let it stay over there. I ain't fucking with it. I don't want the dope game to put me in a grave or a penitentiary area. So I listen to my mentors. I pay attention to the rules, the guidelines of discipline. I can brag about 20 years of getting away from that life, being a survivor of that life, and having life after death, basically. Because the guy that was in that life, he dead. I'm a different creature now. I just still have the skills and experience of the previous creature. I've been a sinner, now I'm trying to be a saint. I know what going wrong feels like, and I don't feel like going through it no more. Yeah. I'm so grateful I had good mentors to teach me how to avoid the pitfalls of dealing with other people in social situations. I ain't even taking no penitentiary chances with my life nowadays. But I ain't gonna do shit that's gonna make my life harder than it has to be. It's supposed to be a simpler life than being in a dope game. It's supposed to be free of the problems and troubles and stress of square life. It's supposed to go away from those two different lives and have a totally different life where I can still get the good shit from those lives without having to deal with the bad shit. And call that my new life. I'm not gonna go to none of the problems I had before. I'm not gonna get involved in any behavior pattern that I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, leads to uncomfortable results. I understand some people never been in a dope game, but still be playing dope games, dope fiend games. When dealing with any form of addiction, you have to understand the monster you wrestling. If you can't accept the truth in any situation you're in, you're not gonna get the best results you can get from it. More than likely, you're gonna keep repeating undesired consequences. Shit, the fact I'm alive and I ran through the dope game without a gun, you understand communication very fucking well. I can communicate clear enough and understand anybody communicating to me. And nobody gotta get shot. We gotta pull out a gun. Whenever I be texting people and they forget what the fuck they text, no, they can't read and understand what I'm saying. They don't get it, they don't want it. Dodged the first bullet of the day. Then I had to dodge another bullet, familiar bullet, thinking, okay, I can try and be friendly with this person. You know, because the situation is similar to what I've been through with them. Maybe we can laugh at this and move beyond that type of stupidity. They still stuck at a brick wall. I done been left the crowbar right next to them, like where he can pick it up and get through the wall, but they still at a brick wall.